Hey folks, Tyler here with seawaywhiskywire, back with another American whiskey shootout. I've got the Garrison Brothers Lady Bird over here, and I've got the Thomas H. Handy 2022 over here. So go watch that intro and come on back, and we'll shoot out these two American whiskeys. Stick around, guys. Well, hey guys, thanks for coming back after the intro. I'm Tyler, and like I said, I've got two more American whiskeys here to shoot out tonight for my buddy the Whiskey Shaman. He was nice enough to send me some samples a couple months back, and I'm finally getting around to shooting out these samples and giving them a shot. So first off, I've got the Garrison Brothers Lady Bird over here. It comes in with a mash bill of 74% corn, 15% red winter rye, and 11% barley, and an ABV of 57% or 114 proof. And it's kind of interesting, guys, this particular expression here from Garrison Brothers. So it starts off with it's small batch bourbon that's aged for 4 to 5 years. Then they infuse it with Texas wildflower honey for an additional 8 to 9 months before finishing the maturation process in French cognac casks for 3 years. So very interesting. Looking forward to it. Bound to be fairly complex. And over here on my right, guys, I've got the Thomas H. Handy 2022 Straight Rye whiskey. Comes in at 130.9 proof or 65.45 ABV. Aged 6 years and 4 months. It comes from the Buffalo Trace group, but I wasn't able to find the mash bill as it wasn't disclosed. So I assume the mash bill is going to be, basically the minimum is 51% to be classified as a straight rye. So I imagine we're going to be looking at something like that. But anyway, it comes in from Buffalo Trace. So I'm going to shoot this one out first here, just because it's lower ABV, and I'll finish up with the rye because ryes tend to be a little hotter, and also it's a little bit higher ABV. Excuse me. So yeah, let's get into Lady Bird. This is actually the one that I won on his live stream, so I'm anxious to try it and see what it's all about. So we'll get into the color quickly of the Lady Bird here. So it is a very, very dark, almost kind of a reddish hue to it there, and imagine that's probably imparted from obviously the virgin oak, but then getting into the cognac casks as well, so there'll probably be some imparted coloring from that as well. We'll get into the nose now and see what the Lady Bird brings. Heavy honey. Like that is that is straight honey, vanilla, some oranges and some citrus, lemons, brown sugar notes, toffee. The honey is like the prime though. Very, very, very prime on there. All right, let's dive into the taste in the Garrison Brothers Lady Bird and see if we can get at that. So cheers to your health, and let's dive into it. So the palate matches the nose. Very honey dominant. Very honey dominant. Texas wildflower honey. It's not overly sweet, but it does leave that honey flavor. Very mouth coating, very mouth watering. And then you get into those cognac flavors. So apples, there's some oranges in there, some lemons, brown sugar. I'm going for one more sip. Like some roasted nut, like honey roasted peanuts, honey roasted cashews, almonds on the back end. A little bit of oak in there, but not a whole lot. There's no real spice to it there. I think the wheat is really kind of melding that and muting any kind of oak spice that could come from it there. But no, yeah, definitely shows its age. Very smooth, and very, very much like no rough edges to it. Not abrasive. No ethanol to it. But yeah, very. Like if you like honey, guys, you're gonna like this. I can actually, on the nose now, I'm getting a little bit of like a black leaf tea in there. Yeah, very interesting. Definitely something. I like doing these shootouts like this too, guys, because I don't know what to expect when I'm getting in. I do a little bit of research, but not a whole heck of a lot on this stuff. And when I saw that the honey was in there, and I'm like, oh, it's only 8 to 9 months. How much flavor can it impart? Like, it's very, very honey forward. So yeah, very, very happy to get myself to try the Lady Bird there. And yeah, very honey forward, brown sugars, and then it's that orange, and then the tea leaves in there as well. Very, very nice. Let's hop over to Thomas H. Handy. This is a straight rye whiskey coming in at, again, 139.9 proof or 65.45 ABV, coming in from the Buffalo Trace Company. So let's check out the color of the Thomas H. Handy. So very much a brown, like an orangey tone to it there. Again, it probably imparted from the virgin oak. 6 years, 4 months of age on this, which really speaks to the color. On the nose of the Thomas H. Handy 2022. So it's a classic rye, but like a little bit different. I'm getting some like marmalade on there, maybe some like cherry preserve or maraschino cherries, candied orange. Some vanilla on there as well. Yeah, very nice. Again, no ethanol blast or anything like that. Being at over 60%, you would expect to have a little bit of ethanol blast to it, but no, not hurting my nose at all. Yeah, very nice. All right, let's get into the Thomas H. Handy 2022 on the palate. Cheers. So it's not like a rye bomb or anything like that. No spice bomb. There is spice to it, but it's kind of in the middle. Starting off, cherries, oranges, brown sugar, vanilla. There's a little bit of toasted nuts in there too. Some peanuts maybe, just like the shells. Then you get into that nice spice, and it's really cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg. Very long finish on it. It kind of like took a minute to think there for a minute when I was on the palate, because the nose and the palate are a little bit, they match, but a little bit off, because there's a bit of sourness to it, I will say. I'll go in for one more sip. Yeah, just a bit of sourness on it. There is that little bit of ethanol at the start, but it goes away quick. Not a hot dram. It's warming, but not hot. Very nice. Okay. Where am I going to go from here? I guess preparation. Which one would I prefer? I gotta say, as much as I like the honey and the makeup of the Lady Bird, I'm really going towards this Thomas H. Handy. From a straight rye, it's it's not a spice bomb rye. It's not overly abrasive. Nice high proof to it, and very, very complex, and a nice long finish to it, which I can appreciate. Nothing against the Lady Bird. It's a great bourbon here, but I'm not that in love with my honey. But if you're a honey lover and you love honey, I definitely recommend this one over the Thomas H. Handy Straight Rye. But for me, I'm going all in with the Thomas H. Handy Straight Rye. So so that's my shootout of the Garrison Brothers Lady Bird and the Thomas H. Handy 2022. Thank you very much, guys. And if you like what we're doing here at seawaywhiskywire, you know the drill. Like and subscribe down below. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram at seawaywhiskywire. And if you guys have hung around this long, thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. I love making this content. Thank you again to the Whiskey Shaman for giving me these samples, sending me them up here into Canada for me to review. Really enjoy them and happy to get them. So where's my Thomas H. Handy? We're going to sign off with that. All the best. Take care. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye for now.